For a while we have been discussing about goals and how to perceive goals. In that process, you need to have a clear picture of the list of tasks or steps or actions or activities you need to do. And certain goals may have a longer duration, certain goals may have a shorter, some may be having a midterm. So how do we how depth you are able to see those actions? That is what we are going to discuss. In a game of chess, if you are able to think next 2 or 3 levels, then you are an amateur player or an amateur level player. If you are able to do it at 5 moves, that means when I move something and you are going to move something, some of your pawns or things, and then I will be able to make a move, then you will be able to make a move, like that. If you are able to think through at least 5 such moves of your competitor, in the case of a business or in the case of a contender, for example, it can be a contention for a set of examinations which you need to qualify, or you are going to be a tennis player where you need to be in the top 10. Then it all requires there is, if not a direct competition, there could be an indirect competition. So with that in mind, so if you are able to think through 5 such moves, then you are at a professional level. In case you are able to think through 10 such moves, like now I do this, then that guy does this, if so, then what will I do? Like that, if you are able to sketch up to 10 moves, you are a master. And anything around 15 moves, if you are able to plan, and this is not static, that you have to have it in mind, because you may think that you make a move, the other guy will only make that move. If the other guy also makes a smart move, then all your 15 moves which you have already planned, it needs to be reoriented in such a way that you are able to again think through all the 15 moves in advance. And if you believe some of these moves are strategic in nature and you must secure, or that's a kind of confidence it is going to give, then you have to play in such a way that things get aligned to that particular point, and so that you gain that strength or gain the confidence and further move on. In case if you are not able to get to that point, then probably you miss that, you move to the next move, like that. So out of these 15 moves, if you are able to identify probably 3 or 4 such points where you sync up, or it gives you a confidence, something like that, then you are a grandmaster. Okay, that's how the chess plays, but I'm just equating both chess and real life in terms of goals. You may be wanting to be an entrepreneur or a CXO material, or you want to be a solopreneur where you want to do certain things on your own, or maybe a kingmaker or a king himself, or maybe an influencer, in whatever domain you choose. And with these moves, if that is going to help you to achieve those whatever you want to be, then you are on the right track. But if you are not able to make those moves predefined, or you are not able to think through those moves well in advance, or maybe at the start of it, then you have to really work hard to get those moves, what it is or what it takes to It's not just what it takes to at the at the highest level, to your goal level, what it takes to at as part of these steps. How we can do that? There are simply 2-3 steps you can do. First thing is don't have wrong people in your ear, so that you don't hear something which you don't want to hear, like a demotivating speech or or some negative thoughts, discouraging statements, that kind of negativity. You take that out. So that's the bottom line. Once you do that, how you look at, so in order to you be a king, you need to feel like you are a king. Your emotions should make you think that you are a king. The same way, you want to become a CEO of an organization. It is not that you get trained to be a CEO after becoming a CEO. You need to get that sense, that behavior, that acumen, everything, even before you became a CEO, which means that mentally you will be in a position to, you should be rather in a position to think through, map it, and experience. That is important. You experience that, okay, if I am a CEO material, how a CEO does, do I do that? Am I doing that kind of CEO qualities? Am I displaying that? Am I following that? Am I helping others? Am I helping my team members? I am able to achieve that, and maybe certain things you need to learn also. In that sense, how to learn like a CEO. We saw that already. So you have to learn how to be like that. All that requires a kind of mental strength and a kind of emotion you should think through, and you should feel happy about it, and you should have that sense of achievement even before you really achieve. But you have to be here careful that you should not move to the extreme of becoming a arrogant or egoistic kind of a person and getting into the problem. So how you look at what you want is going to make the perceptible difference, or in reality also. Then the way you behave, the choice of language, the words that you use. For example, let's take jovially. Let's take somebody wants to get married and he is looking for a bride and says that, yeah, I want a girl with 5 foot, say maybe 6 inches or 8 inches, that kind of a height, and maybe this kind of a complexion, and this type of the haircuts, etc. Here the boy would have assumed that the girl must be in that age group, right? And instead, if you are going to give a 70-year-old lady or 60-year-old lady who fits that spec, definitely it is a no-go, right? So the way you put your things first, like it may be a choice of language, depending upon the language you use, depending upon the assumptions you are making, try to make it as explicitly as possible, as clear as possible, so that you know that what you are talking, and the others also know that what they are hearing. That is important, so that you can clearly articulate how a CEO, for example, would behave, and the same way you are able to behave. So here the takeaway is that all your 15 moves or 100 moves, if you sequence, and you should not say that I'll do the 15th one and the third one. Rather, you should follow the steps whichever way you have defined, and 1, 2, 3 up to 15, and you have to dynamically add these the moves or steps or activities, and then try to prioritize, deprioritize, and you earmark some places where you feel success, So certain moves will help you to achieve success, right? So earmark those moves or actions, then try to celebrate as well in order to feel happy about it, so that it is an internally a motivation for you. You don't need a motivator to motivate you. You can do it by yourself. So like that, you can plan, and in the coming years, I hope you will do wonderfully well. And this is Gokul. Thank you.